Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about the SQ3R reading strategy. So for some context, the strategy was introduced by Francis Robinson in the 1920s. It's an acronym that stands for Survey, Question, Read, Recite, and Review. It's been used throughout time by a lot of people, but it's mainly praised on people's preference of using it rather than any actual research that shows how effective it can be. The steps to doing this strategy is to survey, question, read, recite, and review. So with survey, you're going to go ahead and read through all of the headings and subheadings of the text before you read it. And then from there, you will use that to create questions. For example, if your title says reading is fundamental, a question you might create is, what are some ways reading can be fundamental? After you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and actually read your text to search for the answers to the questions you created. And once you find them, you're going to write them down and keep going. After that, you're going to recite the answers that you find out loud so you can start training your brain to remember the information. Once you finish that, the last step you would do is review your notes that you took and you will study the answers to your questions. So you might create like some flashcards or a quiz that'll help you go back and see if you actually remember the information that you've read. Some advantages of using this strategy is that it can help your overall comprehension. According to my research, when you use headings and subheadings to help you formulate questions, it allows your brain to become stimulated and helps you create a purpose for the text you are reading. So basically, instead of just reading just to read, you have an actual reason behind what you're reading. For me specifically, I use this strategy probably the most out of all of them. A recent example, I was doing an assignment for my psychology class and I went through all my steps. And when it got to the step of reciting, one way I do it differently is I recite my answers in a sing-song tone. So for example, when you think of CPR, when you're taught about it, they give you these songs to help you remember. As you can see, the picture to the right shows them saying "Staying Alive." So that's kind of what I do when I recite my answers from the information that I read. After that, I review my notes and I give myself small tests here and there to see if I remember the information. And if there's any questions that I'm stuck on, I will go back into the text and try to find the answer again. The strategy has helped me to retain a lot of information. For one of my classes, specifically this quarter, we have to do a lot of discussing after reading the text. So we'll read the text one day and then the next class we'll have discussions based on it. So using this strategy has helped me like become prepared. So whenever we have discussions or she gives out a quiz or a journal submission, I'm able to submit it effectively and I've gotten full credit on every assignment that I've used this strategy for. One step that can be done to improve this, and it's actually something that I've already started doing myself, would be highlighting. I think highlighting is a very important step that everyone can use. Specifically in this strategy, I would add highlighting after reading, because when you read and you're searching for your answers, it would be very important that you highlight your answers, because then if you forget something or if you write it down, but you didn't write it down correctly, you can always go back to the text easily and find it. And on top of that, I would also recommend highlighting the key terms because that can help you better understand the content that you're reading. And sometimes key terms are not connected with the answers to the questions you created. So it's better to have that as an extra tool to be used. And here's my works cited page. Thank you all for listening. Yeah.